On Friday, I thought the world had turned sour for Kevin Rudd, but today it's positively bitter. Now, I'm told, quite apart from all these public polls, I'm told that private polling by the coalition shows them to be well ahead in Queensland, and Queensland is the state where the election will be pretty much decided. The latest Nielsen poll confirms that, but there are several other developments at the weekend. Increasingly, it looks as if Kevin Rudd can't be salvaged as Prime Minister. It was so bad at the weekend, even his old mate Peter Garrett turned on him. Garrett admitted the first he knew of the backflip on the emissions trading scheme was when it was leaked to a newspaper and he read it in the newspaper. He was Environment Minister and they didn't tell him. Cabinet wasn't told. The most contentious decision in years and nobody was told. Now, Kevin Rudd's colleagues will hate that. They will hate that. Then there was a report that he privately, angrily described the Chinese as rat effers. Rat effers. Not good diplomacy, that, and I imagine China will be furious about it. It was said in private at the Copenhagen summit, but the Chinese will hate it. More boat people arrived. That's more pressure on a failing policy. And now this poll that shows he has lost Queensland and Western Australia with the mining tax. Now, I believe he will renegotiate the tax, but that mightn't be enough. This poll shows that he would lose power in an election now, and he's admitted that. Even though Tony Abbott is not too popular, he'll start to turn on Tony Abbott now and try to scare people with the prospect of Tony Abbott Prime Minister. But there are a couple of options here. There is still a chance, I believe, the power brokers within Labor will try to get Julia Gillard in before an election. But how on earth are they going to convince Kevin Rudd to go? He'll fight like hell. And it could destroy any hope the party's got if he won't go quietly. And I doubt that he will. I think the mining tax will be renegotiated, but that'll look like another back down, so he's in a no-win situation there. But the mining tax will be redesigned, and he'll claim it as a victory. Look, there's also a chance they'll try to tough it out. Mr Rudd took a very low profile over the weekend, none of the usual interviews outside church. He was unavailable to this program on Friday, has been for several weeks now. He's obviously aware of the danger unfolding here, and he's trying to work out a strategy to fight it. At the moment, or over the weekend, the strategy looked like the vanish plan. When you're on the nose, disappear. Mightn't be enough. He might yet disappear permanently. And I've got no doubt there are some in Labor considering exactly that. 96900 693 or 13 13 32. Remember, feedback too, and Mitchell at 3rw.com.au. The Prime Minister has put his head up this morning. And I think this, to me, confirms that he's going to try to demonise Tony Abbott, frighten people with the prospect of Tony Abbott as Prime Minister, because Tony Abbott is not all that popular either. But at the moment, he looks like he could win. He genuinely could win. The Greens are making up ground, and the Prime Minister is looking for a way around it.
The truth is, if these polls were reflected on election day, Mr Abbott will become the Prime Minister. So the challenge for me and for the government is to work harder into the future. I've got a huge amount of work to do to explain my plans as opposed to Mr Abbott's plans.
OK, work harder. There'll be a lot in Canberra who shudder at the thought of that. I'll be talking to several people through the morning about it. The polls are extremely bad.